Let's talk about passion. Hot and heavy passion. Because we're here to talk about the truth about ourselves and note it in something called the truth sheet. And that's what this series of videos is about. So we can really get to the truth about our own lives and organize it in such a way that we can keep making progress so we can enjoy this game called life. And today I want to talk about passions. What are your passions? How do you clarify your passions? So what shines brightest in you? What circumstances get you the most centered and you lose yourself and you lose track of time? What is it that you do? Where do your thoughts tend to focus? And I don't mean the negative head gab and self-talk. I'm just when you're free in your mind and you're just thinking about stuff. What do you tend to think about? Or where do you want to excel? Because your passions reflect activities and ideas that can create sustainable motivation. So what do you love doing? What do you read about? What do you talk about? I love to talk about the body. I love the body. I think it's amazing. I love watching it. I love working on it. I have a lot of passion about the body. And that serves me very well being a massage therapist. And it's why, after all these decades, I can continue to do it because I still have passion about the body. Another aspect is, what do you most need? Like what's the highest need you have as a person? It's just critically important for you. I have a need for creativity. I have a need for expression. I want to be creative. I want to find ways to express myself and express my experience as a human being. So it's no accident that over a period of years, I created a course on the creative process because I have a lot of passion about the creative process. See, I was willing to follow a path without certainty of where it was going to end up, because I wanted to experience as much as I could. I didn't want the same thing, different day. I wanted something else. I had a need, very strong need. So what are your needs? What's the high point in your day? What happens? What occurs? And you're just, wow, you're alive. And something else to think about is like, what's the best and most accurate compliment you've ever had that defines you in your life and as a person? Mine was when I was like 16 years old and I was trying to get this job and I wanted to get a reference from one of the high school counselors that knew me a little bit, vocational education person. And he said that I disdained idleness and inertia and longed for active use of my mental and physical capacities. And almost 50 years later, good gracious, that long. That's probably the most accurate thing that's ever been said about me. So think about what was said to you, about you, that really reflects who you are and what you're passionate about. And sometimes we do suck the sweet out of the gum. We don't have passion for the it anymore. And that's okay. There's nothing worse than staying on too long or staying too long with something that isn't working for you. So if you're fortunate to have passions, like a few of mine that have sustained throughout life, you're blessed. But there's always more to discover, and you can discover them. One of the ways that I have found with clients in helping them understand and clarify what their passions are is to get them to write a life motto. And a life motto is like a brief sentence, and it expresses how you live and what you believe about life right now. And it's not to say your perspective wouldn't change as you go through the lifespan. One of my favorites, this wasn't from a client, but one of my favorites was early to bed, early to rise, work like hell and advertise. I mean, that's amazing, and it's just sums it up. And that was Bartlett Joshua Palmer, or BJ Palmer, who happened to be, amongst other things, the developer of the chiropractic profession. And the dude wrote 30-some books and started a whole modality and did a whole bunch of other stuff. And advertised like crazy, had so many slogans and marketing things, and yes, he worked like hell. And he went to bed early because he said there was something about getting up early and there was lots going on at 4 in the morning. So he wanted to be up at 4 in the morning for that. So then he had to go to bed early. So that really described him, and it was a great motto. And one of my clients said, it's not about winning or losing, but having something to play for with 30 seconds left. That means it's a close game and it's undecided all the way to the end. And that reflected this person wanting to have a purpose till the very end of their life. How about die young, as old as you can? That's mine. Now, let's unpack that a second, because I don't look young anymore. And that's just what's so. It's called patina. You earn the wrinkles. And if you don't have them yet, you will, and hopefully you've earned them. But I have wanted to maintain the qualities of youth, sustain the prime of youth as long as possible. So I want to live as long as I can, but I want to bring the component of my youth as far along with me as I can. But I'm still not going to look like I'm 21, okay? That's fine. Because at this point, that's not what's important. But for me, it's a good motto. So think about yours. Some favorite slogan or saying or way that you self-identify. I remember a couple had one, and they kind of said it this way: we may not have it all together, but what we do have is all together. Now that's an attitude of sufficiency and having and being enough, and a strong commitment to their relationship. So the bell rings and the homework starts. What are you passionate about? Can we write something down? Of course we can. And then we can like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep doing more videos because they're fun. And hopefully we're all getting something done. And think too about really accurate compliments that you've received, not the flattering ones, the accurate ones that really describe you, because that's going to help you understand truly what your passions are. And And when you spend more time living from your passions, that's when you're really enjoying the game of life.